Hello, dear viewers. Welcome to Moksha Media. Namaskara. You are with Moksha Hiremat. Sharanas contributed lot to Kannada Vachana literature. And Sharanayaru, that is, women devotees of Shiva, are also not lagged behind their contribution to Kannada language and literature and culture. Many of them participated in Sharana's movement, which took place in the 12th century of Common Era of Karnataka in India. So many downtrodden, exploited, and against inequalities participated in that movement and gave their voice to the voiceless. And they not only voiced their problems and pains, but they also showed what would be the alternative of it. That is the greatness of those Vachanakaras and Sharanas. And Punyastri Kalavve is one of them. She was called Urilingapeddigala Punyastri Kalavve. Urilingapeddi was her husband. She was the lovely wife of Urilingapeddi, and she wrote Vachanas by using her own signature. She grasped the things well in time, and she reacted to those situations, even though she came from an untouchable family. Urilingapeddis were untouchables. They came from Andhra Pradesh in India. And of course, being a lovely wife of Urilingapeddi, Kalavve composed Vachanas. Urilingapeddi and his lovely wife Kalavve were lived approximately in 1160 of Common Era. But the exact date and time is not found. It is common regarding those Sharanas and Sharanayaru, and Kalavve is not an exception to this. Of course, Kalavve was a multilingual. She came from Andhra, so she knew Telugu. She went to Nanded and she knew Marathi. She came to Kalyana and knew Kannada. So she knew Telugu, Marathi and Kannada. Of course, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra were neighboring places, were neighboring countries in those days. Actually, they were under the rule of Karnataka kings. That is why they knew so many things regarding the social life, inequality, voicelessness, gender discrimination, caste discrimination, and professional discrimination, etc., etc. Being a lovely wife of Urilingapeddi, Kalavve knew the social problems existed at that time, especially the untouchability was at its climax at that time. Being a woman from untouchable community, she felt a pain of it and she tried her best to come out of that irrelevant concept, that inhuman concept. So she revolted against caste hierarchy with her husband Urilingapeddi. Kalavve was very critical of the society. She was a good critic of the society. When we go through her vachanas, we come to know of her critical ability regarding the socio-and economic aspects. Kalavve composed vachanas in the language of Kannada. We don't know how many vachanas she composed, but now we have found 12 of her vachanas. Even though number of vachanas is very meager, but they are potential and powerful. They mirror the social and economic life of people in that time. So, if you go through our vachanas, you would come to know what type of personality the live wife of Urilingapeddi Kalavve had. Here I quote some of her vachanas. Those vachanas are composed in Kannada language, but here the English translation of them is quoted. Those who are without kayaka are not devotees. That which is not truthful and pure is not kayaka. Desire is the seed of this world. Lack of desire is liberation. Look how it is not easy with Urilingapeddigala rasa. In this vachana, Kalavve talked of kayaka, that is work. For her, work is worship. She found God in the form of work. They brought name and fame to the work, to the profession. And of course, if the work is not truthful, if it is not pure, it would not become a work, it would not become a kayaka. Work here doesn't mean a physical tiredness or physical activity. It is more than physical activity. It leads to spiritual attainment also. So not only that, desire is the cause for everything. For almost all problems, desire is the main thing. That when man is liberated from that desire, he would become a real liberated one. That is, we have to have lack of desire, and that lack of desire is a liberation. But what we say is not that much of easy. It has its own difficulties. But if we face those difficulties, definitely they will lead us to human qualities, they will lead us to spiritual activities, they will lead us towards liberation. So she used her signature as Urilingapeddi. Of course, it is common. Almost all Vachanakaras use signature in one way or another way. Most of them are used signature, the name of a god. Generally, that god is static. But here, Kalavve has not used that static god as a signature, but she used the signature of her lovely husband, Urilingapeddi. So here also she differed from other Vachanakaras. She showed her own identity and she revealed her personality and she showed her feminism with a harmony of masculinity. And now I quote another Vachana. One who burns like the quick burning torch, can he be a devotee? One who lies and tries to serve, can he be a devotee? One who asks other devotees about their caste, can he be a devotee? As the saying goes, Nindaya Shobhaktanam Koti Janmani Sukharaha Sapta Janmani Bhavate Kustihi Dasi Garbheshu Jayate. If you burns like a quick burning torch, you cannot be called a devotee. If you serve, telling a lie will not lead you towards devotion. Such a person cannot be called a devotee. The person who accuses the devotees of Shiva is not a devotee. So the persons who accuse, who blame the Sharanas, the devotees of Shiva, are not devotees in the real sense, and they will be born again and again in dirty places. Like that, she expresses her concept. Then another Vachana. Ayya, for a man of good fortune, Kamadhenu will grant his every wish. For a man of ill fortune, Kamadhenu will appear like a straying cow. For a man of truth, Kalparaksha will grant his every whim. For a man of untruth, Kalparaksha will appear like a thorny tree. Ayya, for a man of dharma, Chintamani will grant his every desire. For a man of adharma, Chintamani will appear like a glass bead. However, for a devotee who has the grace of Guru, it will appear like the Jangamalinga. For a sinner who is not a devotee, Jangamalinga will appear like a mere man. Urilingapeddi will not accept it. So in this Vachana, Kalavve said about Kamadenu, Kalparuksha, Dharma and Chintamani, Guru, Linga and Jangama. For a devotee, a cow become a Kamadenu. But for a man of ill will, it would become a straying cow. For a man of truth, Kalparuksha will be everything. That Ruksha would provide him everything. But for a man of untruth, it would become a thorny tree. For a man of Dharma, Chintamani would give him everything. But if a man leads his life in a adharma way, that Chintamani appears to him like a glass bead. For a true devotee, the grace of Guru would be there, and that Guru would become Linga and Jangama. And this Guru, Linga, Jangama are very important in the life of a person to attain spirituality, to attain liberation, to attain the life's riddles, and to get rid of socio-economic problems. And for a adharmi, that Guru, Linga, Jangama would become a mere man. And Urilingapeddigala Rasa would not accept that ill fortune, would not accept man of untruth, would not accept adharmi, would not accept a sinner. That means a person who talked ill will of Guru, Linga, Jangama. So here she clearly said what is Kamadenu, what is Kalparuksha, what is Dharma, what is Chintamani, and what is Guru, and what is Linga and Jangama. Of course, the language is very simple, but the way she expressed it is very important. In a simple language, she expressed her emotions and feelings. She expressed her experiences with the feelings, so it becomes anubhava. Here it is not merely an experience, it is an experience with full of emotions. It is an experience with compact emotions and feelings. That is the quality of that Kalavve. In these vachanas and in other vachanas of Kalavve, we could see the devotion to Kayaka, the devotion to family life, loyalty to our profession and skill, and to uplift the human mind to the higher level of development, to the higher level of advancement, in order to get rid of the socio-economic and unequal problems. So, the lives of Sharanas, such as Kalavve, would become a beacon light to most of the persons in modern days. Especially the men and women of ITBT would learn more and more from the lives of these Sharanas, Vachanakaras and professionals. So, Kalavve expressed our concept using Kannada language in the form of vachanas. So, Sharane, that is the woman devotee of Shiva, would become a leading light, would become a silver line in the life of a woman who feel and think that nothing is there in life. Kalavve tells something is there in life, something beautiful aestheticness is there in life, that aestheticity, that beauty should be followed, should be chased, and then only one could get the feeling of beauty, the feeling of beautiful life. Of course, in short we can say she talked of Satyam, Shivam and Sundaram. Dear viewers, see you in the next episode and namaskar.